Hi guys, it feels like so long since I have done a live stream. I know it's only been a couple of months. It feels like way longer than that, but I've managed to remember how to set one up and log on. I've got my phone here and I have remembered to put it on silent so that I don't miss anything any of you guys say to me in chat. And I've got my Christmas jumper on to kick off December and all the Christmas content. As with all my live chats, it's really up to you guys what we talk about. You can ask me anything you want about anything you want. Over the next 3 weeks, the run up to Christmas, most of my content, in fact, I think all of my content is going to be New and Christmas food from various different places. And then because Christmas Eve is a Sunday, I'm going to be uploading like a Vlogmas type thing on that day. Part of me would love to do a live stream on Christmas Day because I'll be spending part of it with my family and part of it that sort of I'll come home for the evening. But I just feel my channel's not really big enough. But there'll be a lot of people who are spending Christmas on their own and they can just come and laugh at me for a bit rather than being on their own. But anyway, so that's really all I've got. I've just been really busy with Dungeons and Dragons and holidays and things, but I'm hoping to get back to a regular Friday night live stream once a month from now on. Fingers crossed that I manage to stick to that. But yeah, you would think I would have more to say after 2 months off, but really I don't. Unless you want me to waffle on about Dungeons and Dragons, which I will happily do. I have 4 Christmas jumpers. This isn't my favourite one, but it's my sparkly one. Primark special, but I think it's cute, so I decided to wear it, and you'll be seeing the rest of my Christmas jumper selection throughout the videos I'm uploading over the course of the month. There are going to be a few Friday uploads because, as usual, I have filmed way more content than I have Sundays and Wednesdays to upload it on, so there are going to be, I think, a couple of Friday uploads, just to make sure that I get all the Christmas content out before Christmas, because after Christmas it's going to be kind of pointless and there's Easter stuff in the shops already, so we're looking ahead to the death of Jesus before we've even celebrated his birth. But yeah, I think the neighbour in the flat above is doing something on her laminated floor, so apologies if you hear any strange noises. It's coming from up there and not in here, I promise. Don't have anyone tied up in the corner. So yeah, you can feel free to ask me anything you want to ask. If it's your first time here, don't be shy. But lurkers are always welcome. If you don't prompt me with any questions, I'll just keep talking about anything and everything. I don't want to say too much about what I'm doing in terms of preparing for Christmas, because that's going to be revealed in the Vlogmas thing. But if you follow me on Instagram, there's a story up there just now, and I've also put something on my community page on here if you would like to have a shout out included in my Vlogmas video series, either for yourself or for someone you care about. You can just leave their name, your name, and what you would like message wise. It's just kind of my way of trying to give something back to you guys, because you have supported me, some of you, for about 2.5 years. Yeah, this is my 3rd YouTube Christmas now. Shaim says, hi Kaz, I missed your live streams. I've missed them too. Narcotic Productions, I can't even pronounce your name. Great start. Have you ever been to Japan? I have never been to Japan, but if you want to take me, I'm up for it, but I'm not sure I'm going to want to eat all the weird stuff that I'm sure you would find in Japan. I did actually tag you, Narcotic Productions, in a comment on one of my YouTube videos. That was left for me by someone that I think you would have some good banter with. He's the chap from Oklahoma. I found him for you. Shannon says, is Christmas content starting on Sunday? Yes, it is. I'll have a Dungeons and Dragons recap video out tomorrow, and then it's going to be Christmas every Sunday, every Wednesday, and a couple of Fridays. And there'll still be some D&D uploads on the Saturdays, but I know most of you aren't interested in them. David Jones, well, howdy, pretty lady, just having me tea. Just like to say them holiday vlogs was bloody brilliant. I'm going to start watching them D&D videos. They might help you go to sleep, apart from the ones where I do accents. There was one game where the players went round the town visiting every shop, and I had to do all the different accents I cannot do, but they enjoyed laughing at me. Narcotic Productions, when did you do that? It's Friday. So I think I did it on Wednesday, or maybe it was yesterday, but it was really recently. And David says, don't forget to smack down them, please. Deyanira says, so, hi back. Sham says, have you had the new Maltesers mint truffles? No, I haven't. Christmas is expensive, especially when you're doing food videos, so I had to be quite selective, and they did not make it into the selection list. Narcotic Productions, sweet, I will search for it. I did do an @ and then your name, but I don't know if that will have worked or not, because this is me and I can't work technology. And Deyanira says, cool. So I'm guessing I got the name right. It's not as bad as poor Ellis. Is it Ellis? I think it's Ellis. And I keep getting their name wrong. I don't know if you're here tonight, but if you are, I'm sure you'll let me know. But yeah, I mean, you guys can tell me what you want for Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, because of course not everybody does. Don't want to assume. And thank you to whoever has already given me a thumbs up for this. It is much appreciated. Narcotic Productions, yeah, unfortunately I can't find it. I think it was on the Barcelona vlog. There's only like a couple of comments on there, but if it's not that one, I'll DM you on Instagram if you want, but I think you could have a lot of fun with him. I'm assuming it's a him. But yeah, I think you're on the same wavelength banter-wise. Sham says, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. It's getting colder and colder every single day. Yes, it is. I think because I was on holiday, I went away in autumn and I've come back and it feels like winter, and I haven't actually gone outside today because it hasn't gone above freezing here in Scotland. But I will have to go out at some point. So yeah, I don't like winter. Really don't like winter. I can't wait for the summer to come. Narcotic Production says, please do. I will do that once I have finished this live stream. Yeah, and winter always seems to go on forever. January feels like the longest month of the year. But I suppose it depends where in the world you are, because I'm sure in Australia it feels much better. I should really go and visit my cousin who lives there. She's not Australian, she's Scottish, but she's got dual nationality and she lives out there. because she's a nurse. I think she's got the right idea. Dayanira says, I don't want much for Christmas, just to feel okay. I want to give you a hug. I'm giving you a virtual hug if you would like one. I really, really hope you get a day where you feel okay. I know this can be such a hard time of year for so many people for so many different reasons, and it does kind of get rubbed in everyone's face with all the adverts with the happy families that are made up of made up of people that have probably met each other about half an hour earlier in the green room. But yeah, I mean, I can't say I struggle with Christmas as such, but I do get lonely from time to time, even with my cows. That's why I inflict myself on all of you on YouTube. But thank you for putting up with me. And Dayanira says, oh, thank you. Well, thank you too, because you always leave lovely comments on my posts here and on Instagram, and it's much appreciated. I may not always reply to every single comment people leave, but believe me, I do read them all. Even the ones people delete, because if you didn't know, if you leave a comment on someone's video and then get rid of it, it still shows up on the creator's, I don't know what to call it, website maybe, account management. We can't read or reply, or we can't reply to them, but we can read them. So it's always good for the people that like to troll and then take it back, because they can't. So, but yeah, I've got my big fluffy socks on. Haven't got my thermal vest on, but might be digging it out soon. Dayanira says, oh geez, good to know. Yeah, I've had a couple of times where people have trolled me and then deleted it, but I've been able to see it. Narcotic Productions says, have you ever been on a bus? You've asked me that before and I have already answered that. I'm very disappointed in you. Very disappointed that you don't remember my answer. I have been on lots of buses in my lifetime. I used to get a bus to school, and I've been on public transport buses. Never driven a bus, which is probably a good idea, because honestly, it's bad enough how I drive a car. The thought of me in anything bigger than that is frankly quite terrifying. So yeah, I won't be driving any buses anytime soon. That is for sure. I would get lost. I would get so lost. My sense of direction, unless it's in a shopping centre. If it's a shopping centre, I can memorise it really fast, but roads, I'm screwed. But I managed not to get too lost on the cruise ship. Although my parents kept trying to say that they were on deck 3. Deck 3 was a crew deck, and I think, I don't know, like engine rooms or something. I don't know. I don't really know how ships work. They were not on deck 3. Narcotic Production says Scotland must be very cold right now. Yes, it is. What is the actual temperature? -3. And we had a high of 0 degrees. Yay! Yeah, there's ice on the windscreens of cars that has been there since this morning and has not gone away. Dayanira says, good, just imagine being in the Possible Speed movie with Sandra Bullock bus conversation. I do remember that film. When it came out, I thought it was really good, and I remember the Father Ted version as well, with the milk float and the brick. But yeah, I mean, I probably could drive a bus, but yeah, I just don't fancy it. Cars are enough. I don't like driving. I was born to be driven. Narcotic Production says Father Ted is wonderful. I love Father Ted, and I managed to get a Father Ted reference into my D&D video tomorrow. I'm very proud every time I get Monty Python or Father Ted into that. I don't have a favourite episode of Father Ted. I do like it when the priests are lost in the lingerie department. That's quite funny. Oh, there's so many funny ones. But my cousin, I was going to say she can quote pretty much the script of every episode. My very favourite bit is where Mrs. Doyle has baked the cake with cocaine in it, but she means raisins. Yeah, and My Lovely Horse, of course. Who can forget that classic song? I don't watch much comedy these days. It's mostly true crime. I really should expand my horizons beyond criminals. Shine says, have you ever seen the programme Doctors? Do you mean the one that's on BBC at sort of early afternoon? I have seen it. When it very first started, I used to watch it because it coincided with my lunch break, but I don't watch it these days. I don't really watch live television. I've been watching Bake Off, and I don't know what I'm going to do now that it's over. Probably just play more Dungeons and Dragons or do more pole practice. Although I can tell you, in the cold weather, it is not fun. Pole dancing is not fun. But yeah, and I've been watching Strictly, but I like watching them dance, but the bits in between where they're talking, I kind of switch off. Narcotic Production says it's all gone too PC these days. It certainly has. I mean, I was using some of the Monty Python Village Idiot sketch for one of my recap videos, and I was watching it, and I was thinking, there is no way this would be aired on television today. But it is funny. It is funny. And I love Blackadder as well. I think, I know most people rate the fourth series of Blackadder as the best, but I think I like the third one with Hugh Laurie as the prince. Daenerys says, if you had the opportunity, would you be a contestant in Bake Off? There's a time I would have said yes, but I don't do much baking ever since the pandemic. And when I look at the quality of the things they're expected to bake, I mean, I've watched some episodes of Junior Bake Off. There are 8-year-old kids creating things I wouldn't be able to do. So, I mean, I could do it for a laugh, but I would not get very far. I would probably be out in week 1. Ellis, I was talking about you earlier. If you weren't here, you'll be able to see it in the recap. I always preferred Monty Python. I love The Life of Brian. I do like The Holy Grail as well, but for me, The Life of Brian is the better of the two. But I would watch them both repeatedly and have done. Shyam says, recently I watched the episode where Karam unfortunately passed away. I think I stopped watching it before that character was in it. Because, yeah, it was like when it very first came out, and it's been on for years. Ellis says, what should I be worried? It was about pronouncing names. I couldn't say a name. And yeah, I was saying how I always get your name wrong. But I'm hoping that I've finally learned how to say Ellis. Oh my God. Narcotic Production says, bottom, Peep Show, Young Ones, Phone Jacker, The In-Betweeners, Phone Shop were always my fave. Oh, The In-Betweeners. Love that. I'm not surprised you liked Phone Jacker. I liked that one as well. Bottom, I liked it, but I didn't love it. I haven't watched Peep Show or The Young Ones or Phone Shop, so I really should. There's no excuse. Sham says, I meant Karan, not Karam. Okay. I'm still not sure who that character was. I don't think I can even remember the names of a single character. Was there a doctor called Zara or something? Or am I just inventing that? Ellis says, it's because of how I've spelt it with numbers. It is. It's because I don't speak technology. I don't know. I'm hopeless. My nephew he's 6 now, so he's getting to the age where he'll be able to show me how to work things, which is good because I'm going to need help. But he lives in Lincoln and I live in Scotland, so that's miles away. But I don't think Santa is going to bring me a boyfriend for Christmas, so yeah, I'll just have to figure it out. I might have to actually read an instruction manual. Oh, the thought. Ellis says it's gamer talk. I should know that. I used to game loads, although to be fair, it was mostly World of Warcraft. Yeah. I do have a PS3 under this very sofa on which I'm sitting, because I haven't played it for ages, so I just put it under the sofa. But I really want a PS5 now so that I can play Baldur's Gate 3. But also I don't want one because if I start playing Baldur's Gate 3, I'm not going to do anything else with my life and I need to work. Shyam says Karen Hollins and Rob Hollins. No, I don't know who those characters are, so definitely after my time. I can't even say your name. I'm going to try and say it. Semi-synthetic psychedelic says Extras was good. Yes, it was. Forgot about Extras. I really enjoyed that. Ellis says, I thought you would have dated that singer guy from the cruise. You're not allowed to date, or the crew aren't allowed to. Date isn't the word that I'm looking for. But the word I'm looking for is gone completely out of my head. Fraternise, that's the word. They're not allowed to fraternise with passengers in that way, but I don't think I was his type. I'm not anybody's type. That's the problem. I'm a unicorn. Dayanara says, I haven't gotten to these videos on YouTube, the D&D ones, but I'm intrigued. They are recap videos, but I try and do them like I'm telling a story, and it's a voiceover with images and sometimes video clips. You'll have seen a lot of the AI generated art on my Instagram, and that's what that is for. But I made the mistake of making festive versions of everyone's characters, and now they all want those to be in the game, so I have had to do a lot of token making and uploading, but that's all too technical for boring you guys with. Sham says, I wish all marshmallows were vegetarian. There are some new vegetarian marshmallows I've seen that are coming out or have come out, and I cannot remember the brand or where I saw them, because I was eyeing up stuff for Veganuary. I'm not going to do a full vegan month, but I want to do one vegan video in January at least of new and vegan stuff. So I have been keeping an eye out. So I'll have to see if I can find them again. It wasn't anything like Mallow and Marsh. It was a company I hadn't heard of before, which is why it caught my eye. It was probably on the Asda website, but I will take a look. But yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons things, I started doing recaps because the guy running the Sunless Citadel game at the start of every session wanted a recap, and we were wasting about 15 minutes with me doing a recap. So I thought, I'll just do a video, everyone can watch it, and then we don't need to do it at the start of the game. And I've just started doing it for the games I run and one of the games that I play in now. Diana says, we have some in the US called Dandies and Sprouts Market brand, I think. Whole Foods too. You have some great things in America. I would love to go to America. I've been to Florida, but I would love to explore more of America and all the amazing food and other stuff that is there. Sham says, if you find them, can you take a picture and send it to me? I will do that. I can DM you on Instagram. Hopefully I will find them again. I am going to be looking for them. So Diana says you should visit. I should. I haven't got any more holidays booked. Morella do a Caribbean cruise. The ship that I was on is actually in the Caribbean now, and my God, I wish I was there rather than here. I've never been to the Caribbean, and it's warm, but they also do another part of the Mediterranean that's like Greece, and I've never been there, so I kind of feel I should complete the set, but I'd like to go to other places as well. Definitely Australia. Bali is meant to be amazing. Yeah, it's just such a wide world out there. I always used to think I hated traveling, and then I realized no, it was my eating disorder that hated traveling. I love traveling, but it's expensive. I need to win the lottery or get a sugar daddy or a sugar mummy, or maybe I could work as an air hostess. I don't know. I know there's height restrictions and I'm probably too old anyway. And yeah, that involves dealing with the general public and customer service. Cheyenne says they need to do more flavours of Oreo in the United Kingdom. They are bringing out some new Oreo flavours. I have actually got some. Have I got them? Yes, I have got them. I'm trying to remember because I know I put them on my last Asda order and they didn't come. But then I got them somewhere else, so I have got them. They'll be in a January video. Because I've got all my videos planned for the rest of the year. If you don't follow me on Instagram or you don't go on Instagram much, you probably won't have seen. I posted a story where I said that I wasn't going to be posting any more poll videos on YouTube. And I've actually made quite a few of the ones that I had posted private. But I am going to post some on there. There's going to be one on the 27th, which is a very festive one where I'm like a goth, because it's an Evanescence routine. But yeah, I just felt some of them maybe not a good idea to have them on YouTube. So yeah. Sham says, if they did do more flavours in the UK, what flavours would they think of? I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. Their raspberry and vanilla and their caramel twist ones were not very nice. The only Oreos I really enjoy are the white chocolate enrobed ones and the golden Oreos. But the others I'm not a big fan of, and I don't like Hershey's chocolate either, and I'm sure it's because it's the sour milk that they make it with that gives it that really distinctive taste, although they do now own Cadbury's. So, but yeah, I think it's just, I mean, if you've had the imported chocolate from B&M, it's much less sweet. than the chocolate we have in the UK. Like the Australian version of caramel isn't anything like as sweet, and it's to do with how hot it is over there and the chocolate melting. This is all the stuff that I ended up looking into just for doing a taste test. I like to do my research when I can, when I remember, when I have time. But I don't know Oreo wise. I'm sure they've done mint Oreos. They'd be popular. Have they done orange Oreos? I think they'd be popular, not with me. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. They've done so many flavours already. No, I'm having a mind blank when it comes to flavours of things. If they did a golden Oreo with caramel, or a golden Oreo enrobed in blonde chocolate, and McVitie's need to do a blonde chocolate digestive, in my opinion. That would be good. Cheyenne says blonde chocolate Oreo. Yeah, I would like that, as long as they used a decent blonde chocolate and not something like Milky Bar Gold, because honestly, I hate that chocolate. It's not like me to not be able to finish chocolate, but that is a chocolate bar I just couldn't finish. And I hate wasting food, so it's maybe one that I could bake with, but I'm not sure that would make it taste any better. Just do a time check. Oh, I have run over by a couple of minutes, guys. So I probably should let you go and get on with your Friday evenings, because you will have much more interesting things to do than listen to me waffle on about Oreos and holidays and stuff like that. But thank you so much to everyone who has joined. And I'll just say thank you to anyone who's watching the replay. Ellis says, I tried Cadbury's caramel for the first time the other day and I was so disappointed. I usually like caramel flavoured things, but this was just too sweet. You might like the Australian version then, because that is not as sweet. Diana says, bye, nice chatting live. It was great to see you. Good to see some familiar names and some new names. And yeah, let's do this again sometime. But for now, take care. Bye.